حي على الفلاح.
Alhamdulillah, Summa Alhamdulillah. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has blessed us with Iman. All praises for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has blessed us to be amongst those who are fortunate to be present in His house in this blessed moment, this blessed hour, this blessed day of Yawmul Jum'ah, and this blessed month, Dhul Qa'dah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has certainly handpicked us and blessed us for this moment, this day, this month will bear witness for us when we stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How fortunate we are to be amongst the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And in this month, Dhul Qa'dah, Allah mentions that there are 4 sacred months. 3 following each other, and 1 is Rajab. Last week, Maulana Abdul Manan, he spoke about the sacred months, and he went into some details, not all the details, he went as time would have permitted him, about the value and how sacred these months are. And when we use the word sacred, I would like to translate it in a sense of that we would understand it to be holy. So we say that inside this masjid, it is a sacred place. It is a holy place. Certain acts are permitted inside the masjid, and certain acts are haram that you cannot do inside the masjid. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that there are 4 sacred months. And one of the sacred months we are in right now, Dhul Qa'dah, followed by Dhul Hijjah, followed by Muharram. In these months, your deeds, your action, it is multiplied. And the wrong things that you do, it is also, the punishment is also increased. So we should refrain from doing wrong things in these months. It is not as though you could do wrong things in the other month. No. It is that whatever you do, it will be increased, intensified. Your punishment could be increased in these months, because these are sacred months. In the days before Islam, in the days before Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Arabs, they were very, very high-tempered people. People lives, people honor, women, your property, nothing had any value to them. They didn't care about anything like that. They would pounce on you, rob you, kill you, murder, create war for generations for no reason. But in these 4 months, even them, in those days, they used to honor these 4 months. They never used to do anything. They were so bad that they would sometimes adjust the month and say, well, this is not Rajab, so we could fight in this month. But they would still say, if the next month is Rajab, we wouldn't fight. So they used to pay that respect to the months. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us these months that we are in. And perhaps at another, in about 2 weeks' time, inshallah, the first of Dhul Hijjah will be upon us. Less than 2 weeks. And perhaps whoever is giving Khutbah may give you the importance of the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. How important it is in those 10 days. And how sacred it is in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we as believers, we give reverence to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said to be sacred. So we give reverence to the sacred months. And we give reverence to the sacred place, Mecca, the Kaaba. None of us here would go to the Kaaba and do anything other than what you're supposed to do around the Kaaba, because we give that respect. It is such a sacred place. It is a holy place. And the month most people visit the Kaaba is Dhul Hijjah. And anyone who goes to perform the Hajj would know and understand how important it is to obey the commands of Allah and to follow the Sunnah of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Anyone who is doing the Hajj will understand this. So we as human beings, we understand that when Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala gives that sanctity to something, we pay respect to it. Today is Jummah. Today is this hour of the day. We are usually busy with our work, but we cut that off and we come to the remembrance of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, so, because we understand the importance of obedience to Allah. And everything that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala gives importance to, we understand this. So all the honor and all the respect and all the reverence that we pay to the time, to the month, to the day, to the Kaaba, to everything that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala commands us to give reverence to, we do it. However, there are some things that are equivalent in the sacredness of things that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala placed on this earth. And even more so, it gives greater importance to these items. Once the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he was mentioning to his Sahabas how valuable it is to pray in his masjid in Medina. One narration says, if you pray your salat there, you get 1,000 times blessing more. 1,000 times reward more than you would get anywhere else. And one narration says that if Rasul said that if you pray in Mecca, you get 100,000 times more reward than you would pray in Barrackpore here. 100,000 times more you would get. So he's showing you how important these places are. He's telling us how important these places are. One day, the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he was sitting with his companions, and he asked his companions, what day is today? What day is today? And we said, the companion said, we said, Allah and His Messenger knows better what day is today. And they said he kept quiet until we thought he would change the name of the day. And then the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, isn't it the day of Nahar? Isn't it the day of Hajj? So he's telling them, this day that I'm talking about is the day of Hajj. It is the most important day of your life on this earth. If Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala accept your Hajj, it is the most important day. This is why he is using this day, for us to understand what it is that he's going to tell us. This day, it is the most important day of our lives. Some people work their entire life, save to travel to meet this day in Arafat. This is the most important day in our lives. Some people save their entire life and work day in, day out in order that they should meet this day. And he's asking, what day is this? The Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam asks after. He further asks, which month is this? The companions replied, Allah and His Messenger knows better. And the Rasul kept quiet, and they thought that he was going to change the day, the month. And he then inquired, isn't this Dhul Hijjah? They said yes. And Dhul Hijjah is the month in which that day falls on, the day of Arafat, the day of Hajj. It falls on that day. So an important day, an important month. Very, very two important things. And then he asked them, what place is this? And they said again, Allah and His Messenger knows better. And the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam stood quiet, and they said, we thought that he was going to change the name of the month. No, the name of the place. And he said, isn't this the sacred town? Isn't this Mecca? And they said, yes. And he said, so he placed emphasis on the three most important things if we were to put it in a scale. Time and place. 2 times and 1 place. Mecca, the most important, the holiest place, the sacred place on this earth. The time, Zulhijjah, and the day of Hajj. And he said, to emphasize, and I can put it in our language, the 3 most holiest things that you could talk about. And then he mentioned to them, after everybody agreed that that is the holiest day, that is the holiest month, and that is the holiest place on this earth, he mentioned to them, verily, he was telling the companions, verily, your blood, your property, and honor are sacred to one another, like the sanctity of this day of yours, this month of yours, and this city of yours. He's telling the companions, your honor, the Muslims' honor, your blood, the Muslims' property, it is just as sacred, it is just as holy, it is just as sanctified as the day, the month, and the place. And then he further went on to say, verily, you will meet your Lord, and he will question you about your actions. He will question you about your actions, you and I. He will question you. Behold, do not revert to misguidance after me by striking the necks of one another. Do not revert to misguidance after me by striking the necks of one another. Have I conveyed? It is incumbent upon those who are present, he's telling those Sahabas, to inform those of you who are absent, that is us. Because those who are absent might comprehend better than those who are present. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is telling me how sacred one another, our blood, our property, our honor. It is sacred, just as how we have that honor for the Kaaba, for Hajj, for that day. The Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he also mentioned in another hadith, whosoever harms a Muslim unjustly, it is as though he has destroyed the Kaaba. Which one of us here would destroy the Kaaba? None of us here. We won't even think about it. When we see the Kaaba, we lose our intelligence sometimes. People do all kinds of things. They try to Spider-Man on the Kaaba, kiss the Kaaba, climb the Kaaba, rub on the Kaaba, wash the Kaaba, drink the water. It is so respected. And the Prophet ﷺ saying that if you harm a Muslim, if you harm a Muslim unjustly, it is as though you are breaking down the Kaaba. Would any one of us here like to break the Kaaba down? Well, if we harm anyone of our Muslim, it is as though we are breaking down the Kaaba. Think about this when we are talking, when we are speaking, when we are performing our actions, when we are saying something. Think about this. Are we ready to break the Kaaba down? Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, another numerous Sahabas has reported this one. The Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he would look at the Kaaba, the holy Kaaba, he would look at the Kaaba and he would say, Allah has granted you honor. Allah has granted you nobility and respect. He's talking to the Kaaba. But the believer is more honorable than you. Your Muslim believers, your brothers and sisters, they are more honorable in the sight of Allah than the Kaaba. And we prostrate towards the Kaaba all our salat, at least 5 times for the day. But it is not as important as the honor of our Muslim brothers and sisters. This is not as important as the honor of our Muslim. And no one could underestimate or say the height that the Kaaba has in Islam. It is in the pinnacle of part of our faith in prostrating in that direction. The Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, in the sight of Allah, killing a believer is worse than terminating the entire of the world. And that would include all the Masjid and all the Kaaba and all Medina and everything. Killing, in the sight of Allah, killing a believer, and we kill a believer sometimes, not physically. We kill our Muslim believers, our brothers and sisters, we kill their character. We kill their honor. We kill their hard work. Because something we didn't get from someone, we decide to assassinate their character. And the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, it is better you destroy the whole world than destroy the character of your Muslim brothers and sisters. We do this with such ease at times. May Allah save us from this and not be amongst those who do that. The Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, a true Muslim, he defines a true Muslim. A true Muslim is one who avoids harming another Muslim with his tongue and his hand. If you find yourself harming people with your tongue and your hand, check yourself to see if you are a true Muslim, because a true Muslim would never do this, according to the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has said, a Muslim, the Muslims, if you are Muslim, other Muslims are free, they are comfortable, they are safe in your hands and in your tongue. A Muslim should always know, anytime you break that bond, anytime you break that bond, it is a great sin. You destroy what Islam is all about. When you meet your brother or your sister and you greet them so sweet and nice, and then after you damage them with your tongue and your hands, this is not a Muslim. If we do this, check our actions. Refrain from that. Don't go down that road, as we would say. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever believes in Allah and the last days, his neighbor should be safe in his hands. Whoever believes in Allah and the last days, your neighbor should be safe in your hands. If your neighbor is not safe in your hands, check your iman. You may not be on the right track. These are measuring stick for us. This is a measuring stick for us to check ourselves. If our neighbor is safe in our hands, then you have a chance. But if you are wicked and you're always doing something wrong, you know you're on the other side. Whoever believes, and the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, he will not enter paradise. You will not enter paradise if your neighbor is not secure from you. You will not enter paradise if your neighbor is not secure from you. The Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, you know, this is not what he said, this is what I'm going to say. People usually call me and sometimes talks about their problem and stuff. And I want you to know, every one of us here have the right to stop somebody in a track when you're going down a dangerous road. Don't call me. You could call me and talk to me about your problems and how we could solve it. Don't try to put down somebody else hoping that you'll win favor with me. I'll cut you off one time. Don't come around that. And each and every one here can do that. Anytime somebody calls you, your best friend, or somebody who you respect for all years of your life, calling you and trying to pull you in on their side, choosing a side to go against your Muslim, or just trying to find all faults about somebody else, and they'll give you the best of the story, say, hold your brakes. Then we go down that road. What is your problem? And you must be intelligent enough to realize you're being pulled in a trap. Don't sit down on anything somebody throw at you, you take it. Stop them. Stop them and say, that road you're going down is a wrong road. Tell me what is your problem. and let them know that you are intelligent enough to realize that they're trying to pull you on a side. Tell them, what is your problem? Don't try to bring the other person down to bring you up. It don't work like that. I will stop you. I had to stop somebody this week like that. And I wasn't afraid to stop them. I said it in a nice way. You see that road you're going down? Don't come with that. Hold your brakes right there. Don't try to pull somebody down to bring you up. Know, and you must know how you could stop somebody. Correct somebody without hurting them, but let them know that they know that what they're playing on your mind, hoping to get you on their side. Stop them. Don't be part of that. Don't be part of bringing another Muslim down. Never be part of that. The Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, whoever would love to be saved from hellfire and enter into paradise, let him die with faith in Allah on the last day. Who want to enter into paradise and be saved from hell? Let him believe in Allah on the last day. First criteria. Second one is, and let him treat people the way he would like people to treat him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us, have mercy on us, and give us the understanding of this. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us for our past mistakes and grant us a place in Jannatul Firdaus. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا وشفيعنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة من يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعصيما فقد غوى نسأل ربنا أن يجعلنا ممن يطيعه ويطيع الرسول ويبيع رضوانه ويختنب سخطه أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في الكلام القديم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعملون وأقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات إنه هو الغفور الرحيم الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد بعدد من صلى وصام اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد بعدد من قعد وقام وصل على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى كل ملائكة المقربين وعلى عباد الله الصالحين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون ولذكر الله تعالى أعلى وأولى وأعز وأجل وأتم وأهم وأكبر. وقيموا الصلاة.